Okay, take 3. Again, where I pretend that I know what I'm talking about, this time for real, because it's a subject that we don't know much about, which is always fun. God masks, Grüne masks, picture masks, face things, faces carved into rock by people of old, sometimes into wood or metal. Why are we talking about this? We're talking about this because we wanted to start going in depth in some of the different tattoos that I do. So let's stick to the case. God masks. So I made Haywood, who is the genius behind the camera. I made him do a little montage of tattoos done by me that has god masks in them. So we had a place to start. We're starting with god masks, and then we'll progress. We'll start doing stuff with worm sleeves and wool sleeves and all these things, but we'll start with the god masks because they're so obscure. We don't know a lot about them. The best example is the Armour mask, which is an amazing stone carving that is placed in the Armour museum near Aarhus, which is, by the way, a great museum. If you're ever in Denmark, near Denmark, within swimming distance of Denmark, go there. It's brilliant. Such a cool museum with lots of really, really nice things. The stone carving itself, clearly a beast. Like although it looks perpetually surprised, I think it was meant to look frightening. I personally think that it's a depiction of a monster, a troll, a Jötunn, a Jötnar. Although the inscription on the stone makes it completely senseless, because it's basically a little text about 4 men who had the stone made in honor of a 5th guy who died when kings fought. As you do, when kings fight, little people die. That's the most famous mask stone, but there's quite a few more. There's in Schelle and in Sweden, and on some of the wood carvings from some of the Norwegian and Swedish museums, there's some god masks. I'll try to make sure that we get as many of them in there as possible. They're all really cool. Why do they end up in my work? That's the real good question. Most often my clients want me to use god masks or Grüne masks, to represent gods or non-gods, Jötnar, beasties. So if someone wants to have Tiwaz or Surtr or Thor or Odin depicted within their tattoo, it's like a really nice graphic, bold way. Put it on the shoulder and you got something epic, big and captivating. Sometimes I manage to sneak them into smaller places like joints on beasts and stuff like that, where historically they have been found. I'll see if I can find this really cool, the pommel of a sword that has a wolf, and in the both hips of the wolf there's god masks, which is really cool detail. I personally often use them because they are bold, graphic, and really brilliant, and you can do a lot with them. And when my clients do ask for depictions that relate to gods or to the Jötnar, they're like my logical #1 choice, and they're fun. I really enjoy doing them. I think that's a quite important part of it. Sometimes I've even used them as space fillers, like, oh, there's a bit of space on a lower arm, shove a god in there. I wonder if anyone ever said that in like pure seriousness, shove a god in there. Considering the Greeks were about, then yes, that probably happened. Okay, this is the part where I stop talking nonsense, and you'll be watching a montage flashing slowly